Oh, and welcome to episode 59 of Let's Play Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringer. So, I just entered the aquarium. Well, nothing has been said yet. Let's see what's going to be said now.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own, and your soul is the densest of them all.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of Vorthri and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change. I do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
All right. Well, let's see what our first task will be here. You have spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? White Orisite, you say? An intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there is no telling what may happen to their souls within the aura site. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes. But the soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your soul constantly draws ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted, and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your minds would ultimately be separated from these fox bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the inn at the Journey's Head, corrupted by the sin eaters, their ether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals? Why, do you think you might be able to help them? I might, or I might not. But I shan't know for sure until I have seen their condition firsthand. Then I would be glad to take you to them, on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no need for all of us to accompany you. While you escort our guest to the inn, I will assist the Uranger in creating the requisite aura site. I believe my talents would be better applied to that endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Beglug as necessary? Let us make for Amarang then. Next stop, Amarang. Fly everywhere around here now? Except for Colusia, I'm missing one current and one quest. So this is Helric, is it? Yes, his etheric balance leans perilously toward light, toward stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light. He will become a sin eater. You don't know that. We've defeated the wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Elric was completely unresponsive before, but now... Mumble. Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there is a treatment I wish to administer to the patient. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Warburg. Then for far darker purpose. Lest it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it. But for their sakes, I will break that oath. It is not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you. It is not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Alright. What is this? Warmth I'm feeling in my chest. I feel warm, and my legs, they don't feel as heavy. All right. Now then, have you noted any changes in the patients? A notable rise in body temperature and increase motor function in most of the patients, at least. The more severely afflicted show no response. As I feared then. It's true that with the restoration of night, the corruption influence of the light will no longer grow. And yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium, given time. But this holds true only for their corporeal ether. the incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Halric, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul is too far gone. His mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even. By the gods, he could wake to find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence. The opportunity to mourn the life he never had the chance to live. No, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petitioned your aid, but do you think it possible we can find a way to hasten their recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it's impossible that in treating them, we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. Tenacity, vitality, and determination. Skill, speed, vitality. Let's go with that one. I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past, that I was once a mage of the royal court of Warbird, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administered to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague the likes of which none have ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. At least the Warrior of Light brought those responsible to justice. Aye, that they did. I shudder to think what might have happened had they not. But let us return to the task at hand. Finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. Do you think it can be done? Were the skies still ablaze with primordial light, I could call it an exercise in futility. But now we have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalization wow, magics we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done. If it's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well. Your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and finest of clays, as well as Fey lantern, bringing with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar could help the patients, fine. Alphenod, the water and the clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine. We'll pay a visit to Ilmag, but I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out Numu of Plaeni. They will be able to supply you with the water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? There still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Clay from Amarang would likely be best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist you? I could ask the miners at Twine. Ah, yes. They will be able to point you in the right direction, I'm sure. While you and the Twines are occupied, I will see if there is aught else I can learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. Alright, let's fly over there. And see what can be done. Alright. So. Joffrey. Well, what a coincidence. You come at a good time. We just this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you lot took to Nabashurain. The trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Shai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man that Shai News. He seemed pretty keen on the idea I had for putting a giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley. But Magnus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek. But that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Most guy was just being polite. And something tells me Joffrey here didn't come all this way to talk about the trolleys. What is it you need, friend? I see. And this familiar requires clay from Amoray? Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or another, waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Biron mines to make adobe bricks. Places swarming with coyotes now. But if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there. Alright, so next stop will be off in this direction. There we go. Hello. There's no one. And there's the clay. Mord Sook. Is there any no, he's not here. Sometimes there is this huge cactus. It's a world boss that actually spawns there. The twins have returned. The twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. I've seen that happen. You have the clay, I take it? Here you go. Wonderful. We need but combine the clay and the water. Then heat the mixture with the Fey lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of setting up a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Beglug, I have a question. In the event that we have had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skills, yes. Ulrich and others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there is a chance this spell could do that, I would be the one invoking it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all of Norren more dedicated to find a cure. Is that not so, Geoffrey? Absolutely, she is the best woman for the job. Very few, but if aught should go awry, I'll see what I can do. Absolutely, she's the woman for the job. I'll give it my all for Helric and for Tesleen. Then we are all of mind on the matter. Alice, I shall be the one to conjure the familiar.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay?
I dare you not to laugh.
Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean. There we are. How's that?
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality!
There we go.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Mother, I...
Alright. You know, if I would be her, I would so have named that Porksy Alpha Note. Just to mess with him. Alright, well, talk to her and finish this up. How is he? Beglug? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Holric. As you are even now in the presence of discovering this magic, ask much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is to endure stagnation. Induce stagnation. Thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via aura sight. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Beglug said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body. That the person become incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in the handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing, the soul, I know of at least one in the source who would desperately use such treatment. Gaboo. Exactly. This condition is uncannily similar to Ulrich's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was diffused with earth-aspected ether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subjected to a similar kind of stagnation. There may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? I see. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much more about the soul that remains unknown, even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here. Work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beglug and see if you can't make some headway with their newly posited fairies, poisoned fairies. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. The fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I found you. Called Sheer. What are you doing all the way out here? There is trouble back in Yulmore. Lady Shy is beside herself, sighing, pacing a whole lot. Near enough, begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. I take it I will be returning to Crystarium alone. Go on then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Beglug. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Yulmore, Yulmore's at stake. Right. Well, oh wow, we went over time a bit here. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, feel free to hit the like button. And if you're new here, first of all, welcome. If you enjoy my content, then why don't you hit the subscribe button together with the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future content. I will be back again tomorrow, and until then, stay safe out there.